Have you ever wondered if one of the Elite Four could be Pokemon Legends Arceus and a Nuzlocke? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Let's go over the rules. No Great Dust, no healing items in battle, 1 Pokemon per sub-area, 1 Space-Time Distortion Pokemon per area. If a Pokemon dies, it's gone forever. If a character dies, we lose a Pokemon at random, and we get 1 trump card. The trump card has to be fire type, and it has to be shiny. No duplicate Pokemon from each evolution line, except for the trump card. So we help the Professor catch his Pokemon, and then we choose Cyndaquil, because it is the only fire type. We then have our first Pokemon battle against Volo, who we quickly take care of with a quick attack. And then we pass the trial and join the Galaxy team, learn the Sacred Role, and then we're off to catch our first Pokemon to add to the team. So we get the crafting kit and then catch some Pokemon because we need to get that first star on the Pokedex. After getting the first star on our Pokedex, Akari challenges us to a battle with a Pikachu, but we quickly take care of it with a barrage of embers. So we can now cross the bridge, but first we need to beat Mai and Munchlax in a battle, which we actually surprisingly do quite well considering he's got rollout. We did get the burn, which helped a lot, and after that we just used Flame Wheel until it was defeated. So after we defeat Mai and Munchlax, it's time for the first Alpha Pokemon, who we quickly take care of with a Flame Wheel as we're super effective. And then the Great Weird appears, judging us with his eye. Look at him. Time to head to Grand Tree Arena, but first it's time to evolve Cyndaquil into Quilava. Now it's time to take on the dreaded Goomy. Who caused us a lot more trouble than I thought it would. We wouldn't be able to beat it if we didn't evolve because of the bubble it has, but we finish it off with an Aerial Ace and move on. Now it's time to tame the Great Weirdo and then battle Irida before we can move on to the boss, who we easily take care of with a Flame Wheel. And now it's time to move on to Cleaver, who we decide not to actually battle for obvious stealth rap reasons, and then we finish it with the bombs, head back to Commander Comet and get our second star so we can move on to the next area. But first, a little battle with Akari. Ponyta manages to take out the Mime Jr. with a Flame Wheel, and then we bring in Quilava to finish off Pikachu with a strong Style Ember, who does nearly get us. And now it's time to move on to the Crimson Mirelands. And we do have space-time distortions now, which is good. So we head to the ruins, and now we've got to take on Volo, who scares me a lot at this point. So his Togepi was no problem, but then he brought out the Gibble and just completely annihilated my Ponyta, and we're down to 1 Pokemon again. But luckily we did manage to finish it off with an Aerial Ace. And then the real villains of Pokemon Legends Arceus show up. Luckily enough, we have got Aerial Ace, so we managed to take care of the Toxicroak without a problem. I don't know if you can see that properly, but there is a space-time distortion here, and we're going to wait until it activates. And now we can add a second member, just to be safe again. We head back to the ruins, and now it's time to take on what will probably be one of the biggest challenges of this run. So it does take out Quilava, unfortunately, but Flareon just manages to defeat it because we got that higher defense. So his hit didn't kill us, and we finish it off with an M. So after we sniff out Arizu, it's time to take on Lilligant, the next boss, who we completely annihilate with a flamethrower, and then bam it to death to seal the win. So we head back to the commander's office, catch some Pokemon to finally get our 3rd rank and move on to the next area, which will be Cobalt Coastlands. But first off, we've got to defeat Irida to move on, which we do quite easily with a flamethrower, take out the Glaceon and then Rock Smash the Eevee. Now it's time to add our second member to the team once again. And then after 5 minutes of trying to climb up this mountain and going all the way to the end, it technically is a different area, so we managed to catch a Growlithe. But as you can see, it's level 44, so we won't be able to use it until we get to the next area. Now we do the Tumblestone method to get a Firestone, which if you're interested in, it'll be in the description below. And we start to evolve our Vulpix into the mighty Ninetales. And we meet up with Polina, who sends us to Iscan, who sends us to get Dusclops using his voodoo on the food. And it's time to get Basculegion so that it can swim. And then Gengar goes ahead and kidnaps Growlithe, you know, as you do. So we go to Firespit Island, but Growlithe can wait because we catch a Magma. We then go back to Obsidian Fieldlands and catch a Chimchar. And after farming merit points for a while, we get enough to get the Magmarizer and evolve our Magma into the all-powerful Magmortar. And now it's time to take them on. Clover's up first with her Abomasnow, who we just mystical fight. Coin's up next with her Toxicroak, and her Zen Headbutt takes care of him pretty easily. Now it's time to take on the leader of the Misfortune Sisters. Rhydon's up first. I'm just glad he didn't attack first, and we take care of him with an Energy Ball. And next up is Gengar, who we do take care of with a Shadow Claw from Monferno. And then Lightning nearly hits us in the face, but it's still our problem because we've got to take care of the Arcanine, which we do cut it close with a little Hail Mary to finish things off. We do then head back to the Commander Commodore, and Melee barges in and gives us all of his attitude. We get the new mission off the Commander, and then we've got to take on Adamant. We do get a bit too confident in this fight and use a strong style Fire Punch. It doesn't finish him off, but the second one does. And then we finish off the Eevee with a Rock Smash. And we do need another star to move on to the next area, but first we're going to evolve Monferno into the Infernape. Look at that guy. No wonder he's the ace of Flint's team. So we finally get our 4th star and can move on to the Coronet Highlands, where we head through the Cave of Darkness, and Melee's blocking a path, so it's time to battle. We easily take care of the Stuntant with 2 Fire Punches, set up camp, and it's time to take on Warden Ingo. So we finish off the Machoke with 2 Fire Punches. We do get very lucky in this fight because we just kept avoiding his Mud Bombs, and then we managed to finish Glasgow off, who was the biggest problem. And then we take out the Tangela with a Mystical Fire to finish the battle, and now we can ride on Sneasler. Okay, it's time for the rematch against Melee, as Infernape takes out the Stun Tank. Then we switch just to be safe and take out the Zubat first, and then finish off the Skorupi to seal the win. Okay, it's time to take on Electrode, which we decide not to fight and we just take it out with the bombs. And then we head back to the Commander to turn in the quest and get our new quest at Alabaster Iceland. But then the mighty Wurmple has taken over the building. But now we've got to get another star before we can move on to Alabaster Icelands. So after finally getting our 5th star, we can head to Alabaster Icelands. But first, we've got to prove ourselves to Akari in a battle. Surprisingly, we take out the Mr. Mime in one shot with a Fire Punch, but then a Brave Bird from Staravia nearly takes out Magmortar, so we switch out and finish off the Staravia with a Mystical Fire. Then Pikachu comes out and we finish him off with a couple of ominous wins to win the battle. Time to evolve Growlithe into the all-powerful Arcanine with these rocks. And now we're finally at Alabaster Icelands. Okay, so first things first, we do need to fight Garrick and prove ourselves before we can do anything, which is easy enough. We take out the Frostlass with a Fire Punch, and then take out the Glalie with a Drain Punch to get some health back. So it's time to track Sabi down. After hunting her down 3 times and doing those annoying puzzles in Snowpoint Temple, we finally managed to get to the bottom, and now it's time to take on Sabi, who I thought was going to be a massive problem with that Rhyperior, but we send out Ninetales and we managed to take this guy out in one shot and just remove the problem from the battle. After evading like 3 attacks in a row, we take out the Electivire with a Mystical Fire. Now all that's left to take care of is the Magmortar, which we do with 2 ominous winds. All that's left now is take out Braviary. And now, after taking it out with Arcanine and mesmerizing it, we can now fly on Braviary. Whee! So we go and collect the Eternal Ice, and then it's time to take on Avalugg, who gets completely clapped by Flareon. But then this happened. Oh no. Okay, so seeing as though we did lose to Avalugg and Black Tower, we do now have to get rid of a Pokemon. So we've put them all in a random spin, and we're going to see who we get. I'm not too bothered who we actually get, as long as it's not Ninetales. So let's see who it is. Looks like we did lose Arcanine. No, we've only just got him, but looks like he's on his way out already. Second time around, we couldn't afford to make any mistakes, so we just finish him off with the bombs. So now we've got to release the Arcanine. Goodbye, my friend. Thank you for all you've done. Time to turn in the mission now that we've quelled all 5 monsters. And we get blamed for everything that's happened and kicked out the village. Typical. And now we're all on our own in the wild. But then Volo shows up and takes us to his friend Cogita, who tells us to recover from this, we do need to track down the 3 Pokemon and get the red chain. So first up is the Alpha Gudra, who completely terrifies me, and he does take us out with a Hydro Pump, and we do lose Flareon. Infernape will avenge you, my friend, with a giant punch. And we get the first piece of the puzzle off Mesprit. Now it's time to take on Alpha Zoroark to get the second piece, which was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, and we get past without breaking a sweat. And we get the second piece. Time to take on this alpha funny looking thing of a quillfish over here. No, I'm sorry. It's strong style Aqua Tails and takes out Magmora. No. We're down to 2 Pokemon now, but we will make it work somehow as Ninetales finishes it off and we get the third and final piece. We make the red chain and head back to the village, and after claiming our farmer rank, we head to Coronet Highlands. But first, it's now time to release Magmora. Thank you, Magmora. You served us well. Time to take on Benny, the little mochi ninja. I didn't think we could win this battle no matter what we did, but we start off strong by using Shadow Claw to take out the Miss Magius, and now we've got 3 Pokemon left. Unfortunately, we do lose another Pokemon to Gardevoir, and now it's just down to Ninetales, who deals with the Gardevoir very well with 2 ominous wins. After getting the boost, it's looking well. We take out the Sneasler, and now it's 1v1, and the Glade uses Sword Stance and avoids attacking us. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. And then we do manage to finish it off with a Zen Headbutt, who gives us priority and lets us attack again, and then we use Ominous Wind to finish it off and beat Benny, which is very surprising. So we're down to 1 poke. We got this, right? Ninetales for life. We can win this easy. Right, so we Ominous Wind the Braviary to start off, and then he switches out to Snorlax, who we Mystical Fire, lower its attack, and then we Zen Headbutt, get it down to low health. Things are looking good, but then he uses a Max Potion and gets back to full health, so we start the process again. But he just completely annihilates us with a strong style high horsepower. But really, come on, Woods, we're going to make that. The run's over. So even though the run's over, just for fun, we're going to catch the shiny Ponyta and go back into the battle to see if we could have won it with 2 Pokemon. So we did train them both up to level 65, and it was time for the rematch. We do start off with Ninetales and Ominous Wind. I don't know whether we would have had a different result if we got the boost, but then we switch in Rapidash to take a shot off Snorlax because Ninetales was crucial to this battle. So we use Fire Blast, it does next to no damage, and then we just get wiped out with high horsepower. Nerf Snorlax, man. Time for Ninetales to take a shot at it. Let's see what we can do as we use Mystical Fire to lower his attack, and then we use Mystical Fire once again to lower his attack even more, and then he uses a Max Potion anyway. Don't ask me how, but somehow we managed to defeat the Snorlax. But then this thing comes out and ruins our entire day. Why couldn't you have just missed the Rock Slide? Come on, bro. So we didn't even win the rematch. Great. Let me know if you would have done anything better and whether you think you could have done this challenge successfully in the comments below. And if you like this video, you're sure as hell gonna love this one that I'm gonna put on screen right now, whether Cyrus can beat Pokemon Legends Arceus or not. And like the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.